Today I just wanted to show you another game. This is one that definitely was recommended a few times in the comments when I did ask for other games. It is one that I did already own and have been playing and enjoying. So in agreement with the people that did recommend it, I did want to share it. Now, one thing I did want to say for this one is I don't consider myself the best at that. I feel like at this one, I think that there is a lot to learn still in this one. So you can see up here, my high score is 11,000, which I got early on and haven't been able to get back to for a long time. And that puts me at 77,000 on the leaderboard. So clearly, there's 77,779 people who do know how to play this better than I do. But yeah, thought I might just share it as one that's fun. So basically, what you're doing is you're slowly building out a like a town, or I guess an area, and you're getting missions that you need to fulfill a lot of the time. So you can see I need to connect one more water to these guys, and then this guy wants 3 more fields as well. So we might just give him a couple there, and then we've also got this railway that we will start off. Now, the other thing that you do have is other missions that are going on. So at the moment, I still need to place another 11 perfect tiles, which means that all sides actually do match what's on each side of the tiles around them. I need to close one more field of 10 fields or more, and I need to place 100 consecutive tiles without connecting any incompatible edges. So I'm not going to try for this one today because that's definitely one you're going for the get-go. Even though I'm already on 4, it's all right. I don't need to pursue that one. Okay, so you've basically got a few different styles of connections. We've got houses, trees, water, rail, and farms. I think that's pretty much everything already represented there. And what we need to do is just basically sort of grow it out. There are certain tiles very far out that you might eventually hit that will give you a few sort of extra bonus tiles. You might get new styles of challenges and things. So we are on the lookout for those as well. So basically when we do complete one of these sets, what happens is that we get a few more tiles. So if we complete one of these objectives, we get 5 tiles. If we place a perfect tile, we get full points for that. We get 1 extra tile for that as well. And then occasionally we get, so you can see I just got 15 more tiles there. And occasionally as well, what we might get is a flag appear over a certain zone. And that flag means that if we close off those tiles, so for example, with these guys, if we can put, like we can shut off all of these fields, then what will happen is that we will get our self-sufficiency challenge completed, which we definitely will be after. But the problem is that each time we get another one of these challenges, it's sort of extending out the amount that we need to do. So as long as we've still got more that want to be taken, we'll certainly do it. Because I've found that it's trickier to sort of, you can easily run out of these challenges and sort of run out of tiles very easily. Normally I end up sort of bombing out around the 8,000 mark. Now, a lot of times when that happens, it's because what I'm doing is just extending my town out in specific directions, attempting to see if I can get to the tiles that sort of do appear sort of this far out. Once you're within probably 10 of them, they'll sort of appear, and you can see what I mean. But yeah, otherwise it is just if you were just after an ultimately casual experience of a game, there's no clock on this thing. It will just sort of just merrily run as you build, and yeah, no, definitely a lot of fun. Just meant to go the other way. Right. So that'll get him done, and what we want to do is try and close off this set, and we'll see if we can do it before they give us another field challenge. This trees wants a big old group of trees attached to him. So we might put him just there, where we can hope we can get a big set of trees that'll land and sort of meet this one and these ones coming up. Okay. Put him there. Connect them. Now, I'm sort of building myself into a corner with this railway. Luckily, one of my challenges isn't to make an exceptionally long railway. I do have a challenge at the moment that's to make 100 long water. Obviously, it's not up there at the moment, so I don't have to stress too much. But it is definitely one of the trickier challenges because it's more that I never survived long enough, I guess, to get to 100. And that's a good sort of like closing off for this. And so we've only got this one square here left to go. And if we do it, you can see that as soon as I put that guy there in the top right-hand corner, that ticks. So it sort of can confirm for you that, yeah, you're definitely closing it off if you put that one there. Oops, I wasn't looking that that guy was going to give me a challenge. And that is a waste of a challenge. So some of the challenges that you get aren't like, there we go. So we can claim that. That means that we get a new tile that sort of adds to our deck. And now we've got to do 50. So we can sort of continue just doing that merrily. So definitely the different challenges will change the different way that you play when you do approach this game. So it does sort of, it does give you a nice challenge that you sort of try and work out, is there a way that you, like, are you caring about your top score, or are you more just strategically attempting to achieve something? Now that piece of water that did fail for us up here, what the problem was with that one as opposed to all of these ones is you can see this says 6 plus or 8 plus or 5 plus. That one would have just said 6. So as opposed to it giving us the option to choose as many, like have as many houses as we want attached to it, it was a particular amount that it would have been after. And because we it connected it to a set that had more than what it wanted, it crashed and burnt. That was an accidental rotation and has really stumped my my line there. But it's alright, what we'll do is we'll chuck one of these water guys there that'll allow us to sort of turn it out. So this is a little house that allows train lines to go over water. And these sort of full pond ones don't really seem to care where they get placed, which is quite nice. Okay, not really too much to do with a fully blank square. You can see here we've now got a flag on this forest, just saying if we shut off that forest, we will get another 5 tiles. Alright, so let's continue to work on this guy and get our houses down over here. And what we can do is 2 birds with 1 stone. We can block off the forest on that square. Land a perfect one there as well, which is nice. Happy accident. Guy there, and this one there. Okay, now we've got another piece of train line, but I don't think that we're going to be able to connect that guy, so we might just put him somewhere up in the future. There we go, 10 more tiles, which is nice. We might extend our forest over here, because our aim will be to close this one off. Now there's no demand for any flags or anything to stop with this one, so we will let him keep going. We'll continue to extend our waterways out, and we'll close off that forest. Gain that flag. We've got some more houses that want to go. Another set of farms. I'm not sure if that's a good move. Don't have any other option in terms of what we're about to get. I suppose if I put it... Oh, I've really dug myself into a corner, but it doesn't much matter. We don't need our train line to stay running that way. What we might do is just start a new train line over here. Oh, we do have the 3 plus actually. I want to keep going to get that achievement. So all I've got to do is just make one connection between these two, and I'll get that one. Otherwise, we'll just keep building on this side. Okay, now this guy wants 121, so there you go. You can see that that square is potentially a special tile. Now sometimes it'll actually, what it'll do is it'll give you a challenge that we need to try and complete. So it'll want something, it'll want houses or rivers or train line. So what we want to do is sort of, if it's going to want a lot of something, so it's not going to hurt for us to sort of have our forest slowly build towards it and our houses slowly build towards it as well. There we go, so we're completing his request as well. Our houses a little bit closer. Extend out these guys, get another on a perfect square as well, very nice. We will extend this guy out. And I'll turn him. It's another one down, and so we've got another flag raised on that, but you can see the way that I've built this, and this can potentially be sometimes where when I try and sort of build straight lines. Alright, so we can see that's going to be a train. So what we might do is just build a line there. And complete him, and then we'll build a line there. Alright, so we've now got to get 22 to him. So potentially we can try seeing if we can get this line to run across and connect them. This guy only wants 7, so there's no point in trying to connect him to all of that. So we'll connect him to the one piece that we've got up there. And we will extend out on these guys. 81 houses for this, so this will chip nicely into him there. We'll give them the trees. This guy up here, the water. Some more trees and another challenge. This set. And that will complete that challenge. So at this point we can look at trying to close this off. Oh, actually, yeah, I was going to say we're not going to get rewarded for it, but we will get another self-sufficiency one. Okay, more trees over here. We want 22 on their own. So we don't want to connect him to that big lot. But I don't think we've got any other sort of community of houses. We might just connect him over there. Just an empty square. Now probably the most useful thing for these squares is if you want to, you're attempting to get a perfect square that has all empty sides around it, which I don't really think we've got any of. Might just chuck him in there. Alright, so this guy wants 41, so we'll connect him to our sprawling set there. This guy wants 86, so we'll connect him there. We'll score another 5. Now you can see we're also going to get 2 flags for closing this off, so we do want to try and reduce the amount of extra sides. In fact, that's probably what I should have used that that blank square for, is just as a blocker for one of these forest pieces. Okay, extend them out some more. We'll give these guys the train line and the forest, and that's a nice blocking piece. So we can have a look on this side. He's not going to block as well over here. Let's put him there. Okay. We can just connect them up there. We can use this crazy piece to give him, I guess what we call them, options. Okay, so now we don't need to do anything over here except shut that out. And once we can shut it out, then yeah, we'll gain 10 more guys, 10 more pieces to place, which will be certainly be good. Okay, so this guy wants 29, so we're definitely best off putting him with our other small border. Put him here, and we will start to see if we can build this train line together, because that'll definitely be a quick way to get that 19 if we can just connect the two. Now, instinctively, I generally try and put these guys over here, but I realize that I don't want to continue to extend that, and I shouldn't really be using trees as a way to block, because surely that's going to be the worst way to try and stop it from expanding. Putting more trees over there. Now, a piece like this might actually work, because if I turn him around there, that's a successful block of some pieces. I get a perfect square. We can call that one a victory. Okay, so let's move back over here. And place him there. Put him there. Now again, I'm sort of sprawling too much with this guy. I should actually try and consolidate him up a bit more, because the more I sprawl him out, the more it's going to give me more squares that I'm going to have to eventually block up, like what I'm doing with this guy right now. I might use this square as a blocker too. That doesn't need blocking. Good thing is if you hover over something, you can see it'll show you where you need to block. So you can see it's just these 3 squares now. Got to do. We might use that one. That's not much use of anything. Put him there. Make that guy happy. Put these guys back that way. He can't go with them because he's too few. So we'll connect him. That's a bad side because there's a railway line there. We'll go this guy up here. We'll go like that. I don't think that he's going to be ideal up there because we don't want to block them off too early. So we'll use this guy as a blocker as well. And we'll put this guy up there to allow him to extend on. And that guy. And let's do one more somewhere that I'm not seeing. Yeah, there we go, over here. Now that's going to be one that we need to use a railway line for, so that's what we'll use that guy for in our next move. Continue to expand this guy and try and block, I guess, when we go to. There we go, so 10 more pieces. Very nice. Alright, so this guy wants 29, so if we put him here, he needs 20 still, but if we put him over here, he only needs 7. So we'll go for the closer one, obviously. Gave us another perfect square. And what we want to do is extend this guy. Now this piece actually does feel like it would be more suited running along the edge here, but because this guy needs 2, we can't bring that to him. We've got to get him sort of at least 2 more spots that way before we can do that. Okay. So with this house, we might have a look to see how many squares are still available for this guy to connect to. Now luckily it's not too many. What we'll do is we'll use him as a blocker there. Add this guy to growing waterways. Since we've closed that off, we want to start a new forest. And we may as well just start that, I guess, connected to this guy up here. Give him to that forest too. And why not? Okay. So we'll give this guy to these, meaning that we can potentially block him off there too. And that does give us our next blocked off set. Okay, and then that takes us back up to these guys. See if we can extend out as well. We still need plenty of houses up here. I have certainly all these guys, but I'm going to need sort of a big piece, I think, in order to get these guys out, because this waterway is going to... well, this piece won't let me put something there that's not water. So they're going to be pretty stuck to use that at any point. So have to keep an eye out that obviously we do need a few houses in a few different spots at the moment. We might just shove him in there just to give us an extra house in a not too useful spot. We can start... No, we can go up here for our fields. Let's see. We we can go, we don't want to block off those guys at the top, so we might just go there. A few more fields here. And that's sort of our big housing block. Oh, there. Let's work on our new field. I'll just make sure. Alright, cool. So we're heading towards another block out here. See if we can get eyes on what that looks like it's going to be. That's another train. So we might be able to flick that guy up to it. We'll see how we go. Okay. So we'll just add him there. This is a block, an end of a line. It's a lot of houses though, so I don't know if we... I suppose what we can do is that. Give these guys that, and then we only need one train line there to block it off. Although we've got to be careful, we don't want to place our next one there because then he'll crash and burn. Okay, this guy now wants 4, down to 2. Got plenty of squares there, so we'll give him that extra 1. And we'll get this guy just connected there. Okay, so good. So here's a 27 plus. So again, we can try and see if we can eventually run up there if we've got enough squares. So we've got another blank square. So we'll just have a quick look to see if there's any flags outstanding anywhere. There's not. So what we might do is just block this area because we're going to finish it off there. We've just got to put one thing there to block it off with that one flag. So we will get something for it when we place that down. Okay, so there's that straight piece that would be great for putting it there, but we won't use it. Instead, we'll put it there. Get those 5. It's been a while since they asked us to do anything with the trees. We need the... Oh, we probably need the little train line a bit more than we need the waterway, I think. So connect him there. Start to work him towards where we're going to need him. 108 houses, so we'll put him there. The biggest problem really is going to be that he's... we're running out of space to put houses in this spot, so hopefully we've got enough room that we can do 25 more. We will put these trees connected to our growing set here. We'll put our water over here where we need it. This guy wants 2 more. Train line can then swing back over here. Water can complete off our requirements for him. And do we have any farms we still needed? We don't, but what we can do is we can close off him as well and score another perfect square. Okay, so that's another good straight one. And then one last straight one. Have those 2 connected. Now let's see if we can work our way up here. Okay, so that's some more houses. Put them in there. We'll put this guy up here, I'd say. Start a new section of farms. Some more water. At the moment, we don't have any requirements for our water. So we'll just connect him there. That guy there. Okay, this guy wants 17 farms. So we'll connect him up there. And I don't think we have any use for blocking off anything at the moment. So I'm not sure what we do with this guy. Sneak him in there maybe for no reason. Right, 3 more houses. We can get 4 more if we put him that way. It's feel like a waste when we just sort of chuck these guys, but I mean, we've got no flags waiting anywhere, so there's not even really anywhere that we're intending on blocking off soon. So we'll just put him in there too. All right, 34 houses. So how many houses have we got there? Great. Again, we don't have that much room to work, so I might just sort of put him in a way that they can connect to him, as opposed to him already being connected. Get these guys connected to the forest. swing him. Well, that's going to cause us a problem if we swing him back out. Instead, we'll just put that on that side. Okay, so this guy wants 27 connected to him, and by putting him there, he needs 9 more. So we can sort of work on him getting most of the way over here. And what we can't do, we can sort of just add to other spots. So our aim will be to just get him over there. And hopefully hit 8 before we reach that by extending out other parts of our setup. Alright. Go back over here. This guy wants 19, so we'll connect him up there with our other set. They both want 11, which is good. Move quick on that one. Now we are getting down to about 20, you can see we've got 23 squares here, so this is where it starts to get a little bit tricky, that we're not really picking up the squares we need. We need houses. Oh, I guess I need houses on 2 different fronts, and I keep forgetting that I need these houses up here. That's a bit of an unfair thing to say to the game, because they've given me plenty. Okay. Okay, so we've got to make sure we just connect 1 to that. Lovely. Really helps that one. I'm not sure how well we're going to do blocking this off. So we might just add to it at this point. Those 3 houses will connect there. Where do we want this guy? Oh, it extends out the railway. For no real reason. I suppose we can use this to extend the railway too. Put him there. We'll just connect them up there just in case we get another one that's requesting a large amount of fields. But I do suspect sometimes that what actually happens is, oh, that's a problem I've created there. What actually happens is that if you have bigger areas, it will give you requests for bigger sections. So the more that you actually do sort of close them off, like I've been doing, I think it actually does give you smaller sets to work with. Let's work our way towards that. It looks like that's housing up there. Alright, 9. Up a nice little gimme, that one. We'll use the trees for this one. No real point to that. That one. This guy wants 30. He's still happy with how much we've done there. So that's good. There's 4 houses here, so let's have a look at what we can do to connect these. So we want... Yeah. Lovely. I want 400 trees. I'm not sure how close we are to that. About 100, that's alright. Okay, 5 more houses. So that overshoots this guy's requirement for 4. So we'll give it to this one. Now we've possibly built these guys into a corner, because what we now need is a straight piece of road that has 1 house on it. Which is definitely going to be a niche little market that we've got to find. If we connect that guy there, it takes him to 2. We need 2 more houses on our next square to get him done. Now at the moment, well, we do have a water request. Three houses. That's too many for got at the top. But what we can do is place him up here. Because that's a new request for 135. So really the only way to get that would be that we connect these 2 lots to him as well. But we are very low on pieces at the moment. Very low. And, well, I suppose if we get 2 more train line in that time, we're set. But otherwise, we could definitely be in trouble. And you can see we're at about that 8,000 mark, which seems to be my normal collapse point. So this is definitely one where I'm happy to open up the comments. Obviously, people are more than happy to share their good strategies when it comes to mini motorways. So definitely, I'm curious to see if my playing here is overlooked something that is just like a fundamental way of playing this game that does improve your chances, because it does feel like I'm missing something. Now this is a tricky one. Because I've got so little left, I actually think that strategically it's worth my while burning one and taking the other. Now, the tricky thing is that if I just block this off, I get 10 more squares. But obviously he wants 100 houses, which is not something that we're really going to have much of a hope of fulfilling in the remainder of this game. That's a pain that we finally get this guy, and he wants something shorter than what we've got. Alright. Possibly was a bad... either way he'll burn, that's okay. If I need him urgently, I can connect those 2 together. No stress. Okay, so we do get a flag as well if we finish this off. So let's see what we can lock off. We might just give him a few extra trees. Give him a couple extra trees as well. It's 4 houses, but again we can't do anything with him. So we'll just extend this guy out a bit more, working him towards those houses up there. The problem is that as long as I can't block off that square as well, which means I need another end of a train line, I can't close him off at all. It does make that trickier too. Not really too much to do with these pieces at the end. Don't want to extend him out that way because we don't want to block off the houses. Oops, spun extra time there, but it doesn't much matter at this point. And there we go. That is a quick look at Dorf Romantik. Oh, sorry, I did nail it, dude. Alright, cool. I'll take that. Stay of execution. Yeah, any suggestions on better ways to play? I in some parts think that it is to do with what you're aiming for here. Like if I want to go for that puzzler, I've got to decide that from square one and just build the weirdest sort of style out with the sole focus of just having those connect. So I think it does change from game to game depending on what you're doing. Like if I was going for water, like needing all my water connected, I certainly would just have them in a long run. Yeah, there we go. I do feel like I got that 11,000 really early on when I was playing, and then since then I've found that I've normally fall around this 8,000 mark. But I think that what you can see there is really the strategy that I play a lot of times, where I just sort of, my waterways span out one way, my fields span out another, and I sort of just explode out as opposed to sort of building in the middle and sort of like growing out. And I don't know if potentially that's difference between sort of sometimes winning and sometimes losing and getting higher scores. So yeah, tell me what you think of the game if you have played it. If you got any ideas, or if you want to watch me play that some more, so if you go for some of those like perfectionist challenges and all that, yeah, let me know too. I can definitely imagine that this is one that's better to play than to probably watch. It depends, like, I guess, what you're after. It is definitely a quite relaxing thing to sit back and enjoy. Anyway, any questions or comments? Comment below. Until next time, I'll catch you later. See ya.